This is a supply chart for the card that we're going to talk about today, and this is what price has been doing for the past year. Hello people, Barry here, your favorite European YouTuber, and today we're going to talk about the Giratina from Crown Zenith. Now, I'll try my best not to rant on it. I'll try to show you the data. As usual, we're going to take a look at the European data, we're going to take a look at supply, price, we're going to take a look at volume, and we're going to take a look at what's going on in the US. Now, as you've probably already seen, the supply chart is basically it's an upward line from August, end of July, from the 50 copies to the over 100, up until November, end of November, and then boom. It looks like people finally realized how cool the Giratina was. Now, I've always been a preacher of Crown Zenith. You can go into the channel, find old videos. I always preach Crown Zenith and VSTAR Universe. As a matter of fact, there's a case of VSTAR Universe in there. And it looks like people finally realized it. Now, that is supply. What do you expect when we see supply going down? Exactly. Price go up. Now, as you can see, in the European Union, the price has been around 120 euros for quite some time, and now it is moving towards the 140s. Now, what's interesting about that is that if we move over to the US, the lowest listings are in the 200, and if we take a look at sales data, we can confirm that it has been selling for 200, $199, $195, $200 for the past week, basically. So it is a $200 card. Now, if we take a look at, let's also do that, PSA 10 graded copies, we are now above the $260, and we haven't been for quite some time. We reached the bottom of 180. So as you can see, we have data for PSA 10 prices, we have data for raw prices on TCG players, so the American market, and luckily we have data for the European market as well. Now, as you can tell, if it's 140 in the EU, it's moving higher, and it's $200, it opens up arbitrage opportunities. So what I expect is that gap to close. I do not expect the American market to slow down. I expect the European market to speed up and catch up to American prices. Now, as I said in my last video, which I recommend you guys watch, there was a card, I tried to make a play on it, and it looks like I was just in time. I was able to buy two PSA 9 copies of the Tina for a reasonable price, and we're going to see if that will actually play out. Now, one last thing before I leave you to it is volume. So what does volume mean? It means volume is basically how many cards are listed within a certain price range. And as you can see, most of them, a good amount of them is in what we would call as mathematician a neighborhood of 150. So dollar more, dollar less, 150 euros. So euro more, euro less. And the next jump, so the next, let's say, significantly large amount of volume stands in the neighborhood of 200. Is that a coincidence? Don't think so. So what I'm expecting for the Tina, as I said, I expect for price to start to stabilize in the US around $200. Also because 200 is a psychological level. You can read more, make a search on it, and you will see that important numbers will attract imported orders. That's basically used in the financial markets, but it applies to Pokemon as well. If you think about, give it a thought. If you think about, Giratina is 170, you're not impressed. If you say Giratina is 200, then it hits different. And that's what I'm trying to say. So I'm expecting to stabilize in the 200 in the US, and I'm expecting to catch up in the European Union, maybe to 170 to 180 euros. That's usually that's what I'm expecting. And I guess if you're gonna watch this in a month from now, you're gonna be able to tell. Hopefully less than a month, but possibly even more. But if I'm correct, in less than a month, we should have an answer, and we'll see if I was right or wrong. For the time being, thank you for watching, and if you want to stay updated, then I highly recommend you guys subscribe, and you can always join the Discord, have a chat. It's a growing community, and it's absolutely free. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.